Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you back to another broadcast of your Bristol Community College women's soccer team. The Bayhawks here facing off against CCRI, both teams coming off of wins against Holyoke last week. Your Bayhawks currently on a 4-game winning streak. 12-0 was the scoreline the last match they played against Holyoke. CCRI as well coming off a 6-0 win against the same school. Your Bayhawks with that improvement go to 4-3-1 on the season. The Knights 2-2 at the moment, looking to go ahead and bump the win column up to 3. The Bayhawks looking for number 5. There's actually going to be a rematch of a game that was played 2 weeks ago that did see Bristol come out on top 4-0. So looking to ride that momentum a little bit further. CCRI having a bit of a chance to recollect themselves to try and gain revenge here. Your Bayhawks in the white jerseys, CCRI in the deep green jerseys. Starting for the side of the Bayhawks, it's Jillian Abbott, Jenna Cambria, Sage Venuti, Maylee Raggiani, Jillian Swass, Zayden Melendez, Emily Belmont, Nicole D'Amato, Kim Oliveira, and Joanna Maynato. Communication already coming out strong here for the Bayhawks, seeing who's where. The ball into the attacking zone. The shot coming out there from Swass is picked up and then kicked out by the Cougars. So a corner kick being awarded for your Bristol Community College Bayhawks. It's a nice crisp Saturday afternoon here, about 60 degrees. Getting ready for fall to go into full effect here in southern New England.
Good job, Sage!
And this will be a free kick given over to the Cougars. Bayhawk players getting back downfield, covering off every area they can, covering off every player they can. Doing a very solid block there to send it back into the zone, but gets kicked back to midfield, nothing that the defenders can't handle. They're going to start moving that ball up. Holyoke is playing a bit short-handed today. Bayhawks in full strength. Looks like the Bayhawks were the one that got the last touch on the ball, so it'll be a goal kick awarded over to Holyoke, seeing what they have available for options. And it will get scooped up by the Bayhawks. Possession immediately back towards them and just rolling out of bounds. Actually, sorry, it's an offsides call, a little too far forward for the refs. And Holyoke with another chance to quell this offensive push from the Bayhawks and maybe do something of their own, as that ball is just going to stop right on the out-of-bounds line. So no throw-in yet, but Jets starting to get turned up a little bit. So the Bayhawks got several players that they can work with. It's moved over to Oliveira, who is offsides just barely. Bristol very eager to get a goal here at the start within that first 5-minute window. But perhaps a little too ambitious. So for now, just taking a moment, getting things moved around, and hopefully into the back of the net soon enough. A little squabble there for the ball is going to be picked up by Cambria. And she is really moving that around. A long shot from a far way out. Almost no chance in the world that was going in, but still a valiant effort nonetheless. Picked up by the goalkeeper. Taking it nice and easy, giving her players a chance to move around. That is a high kick, just short of midfield. As it comes down, it'll roll over. It's actually a very solid touch there from Michaela Santos. No one back, unfortunately, for that, so it's going to get drop kicked back the other way. Picked up by Cambria. See what she's got working upfield, directly to the Holyoke defender. And now directly to the Bayhawks defenders for a throw-in. So despite the lower player number for Holyoke, they are able to do a pretty solid job of keeping this ball in an unfavorable position for the Bayhawks, but the question is, how long does that go on for? And the throw in the refs weren't happy with will be given over to Holyoke, so they'll have a chance to get the ball moving into a direction they need, but for right now, really just having a hard time moving things around. Players opting for a quick throw-in. That's actually going to work out pretty well, as it's picked up immediately and already starting to move forward. A lovely little through pass there from Katie, and that ball is just kicked way out. What a little baseball field. Looks to be a single. Again, another throw-in here across, way over to the other side. Ball just gonna get dropped, and a botched kick there ends that offensive push rather handily. And the scoreline remains all tied up at 0. Both teams still looking for the back of the net for the first time here this afternoon. The long shot is going to be dealt with by the defensive line. And they're going to start getting the ball passed around out to the wings right now. Seems to be the spot they want to be in. And then right back to the middle. A ricochet off of the Holyoke players will award the Bayhawks another throw-in. Moving around, trying to scramble the defense here. But it seems like Holyoke's done their homework since the last time these two met, as we haven't really gotten the same sort of scoreline we saw the last time these two teams played. But the Bayhawks continuing to just lay the pressure on. Not quite enough pressure to be in constant goal-scoring position, but enough to keep the defense running, tiring them out, the game of stamina. And Bristol knows how to play it. So another goal kick being awarded here for Holyoke. Again, looking at what they have for options, and then serving it in. A lovely stop there from Oliveira as she gets the ball again. Trying to do some fancy moves, but Holyoke there to stop that in one fell swoop. And just like that, it just rolls back into the possession of Bristol. Even though the numbers for Holyoke are lower, they are doing a phenomenal job of keeping things in check, but right now they are in trouble as this ball is sticking in the zone. And it's a long shot from a far way out, and a lovely stop there from the goalkeeper. And the scoreline remains at 0-0 here as we get ready to pass just about 10 minutes since the first whistle. And a lovely fake there to sell the long kick. Just an amazing little showing here from both teams. All things considered, as the through pass up the middle is going to get contested here in the zone. That ball going way out and kicked out of bounds. And this time that ball will get stopped short of home plate up by the pitcher's mound. But another throw in here for the Bayhawks, opting for a bit of a shorter one. And is going to get tripped over. And that ball is still barely in bounds. And it's just going to get tapped out right on the side, roughly the same spot where it was the last time. So a short little reset here for the players, and right back into the action as this ball is going to get served over to the wing again, and just a botch touch there. We'll swing possession the other way. But we still wait for that first goal. It's been just about 10 minutes, a little bit more. And nobody has found the back of the net. There has been a few shots on net against Holyoke, and roughly one against Bristol. And that tally gets added to the category. As the Bayhawks again picking up possession. It is over to Oliveira, who does try to find her captain. When Oliveira is down. Taking a moment to recollect herself. Looks like one of the challenges from Holyoke was a little too aggressive. Thankfully, she seems to be okay. So this free kick going to be taken by Swass. All being formed, there is a chance for a goal right from the free kick, but there are a few options. Swass with the kick, it goes off of the wall of players and is just barely tapped out there from Ville. Lovely effort, great stop, almost into the upper 90, not quite postage stamp, but address. Looks like this corner kick will be taken by Oliveira instead. Here we go, another corner kick into the zone. Gonna get served up here. And the scrap for the ball is putting it in a bit of a precarious situation here. That's a lovely stop there from Santos. Trying to do everything she can to get this ball moved upfield, but there's just far too many Bayhawk players to get an effective push going at the moment. So we're running them around. Now the ball picked up again. This could be a scoring opportunity. And it is going to find the back of the net off a very tight angle. Bayhawks opening it up here. 13 minutes into the game. It's a lovely strike there. And now the question remains, how many more goals are going to get scored this afternoon by these teams? Raggiani who's going to open us up here. So Santos will take the kick off. And again, play continues and a very aggressive challenge there from Cambria. Lovely through ball. This is up to Oliveira. Could this be the second goal they've been looking for? Oliveira fielding it very close and just puts it into the left side of the net. Holyoke getting out of this one. They're the slimmest of margins, but the Bayhawks are definitely not done with their offensive pushes in any capacity. They still have 30 minutes left in this half and then another 45 after that. So plenty of time for both of these teams to score, and lovely defensive challenge there from Santos has forced the error. Gives Holyoke a chance to have a throw in. Santos, some fancy footwork trying to get the ball moved around. That she does, and Rodriguez is there. Let that situation diffused in the blink of an eye, and the Bayhawks again on a very strong offensive push at the through ball. This is a very, very dangerous situation for Holyoke to be in, and they are just going to opt to go for a corner kick rather than giving Bristol a chance to move the ball backwards and maybe into a better scoring position. But at least give these players a chance to breathe. Try to collect themselves as best they can before we get the ball back into play. It's a long kick up and over the middle. It is going to get dropped down right in front of Nogueira, but just a bit high there, up and over the crossbar. It was a very solid pass and a very good attempt. But for now, the scoreline remains 1-0, 30 minutes to go. Bit of change of pace from the last time these two teams met. But things will only develop further as the time ticks away. And the Cougars just struggling to get past this midfield line. Again, just a lower count on the player side for Holyoke. Makes things a lot more difficult, but they are doing the best they can. And the Bayhawks looking for a bit of a pass over the middle, but a little too far out to the right. And again, Holyoke getting awarded a goal kick. Right now, Holyoke is looking for a third win this season. 2-6 is their record. Right now, they got to score at least 2 goals to take the lead. And that seems like quite a monumental task to do. These Bayhawk players, very good job communicating what they want. Trying to set up passes for these players. And it's picked up by Oliveira. It's a pass over to the captain, Cambria, and that is going to be the offside call. Cambria not too pleased, saying she was with the defender, but what the ref says is final, and for now it's another free kick given to Holyoke. It's going to be served from quite a long way back, and a very heavy kick there. We'll just roll it out and into throw-in position. That was Downer taking your free kick. And again, the Bayhawks just a little bit of practice drill passing right now. Try to confuse the Holyoke players and tire them out. But now the offense seems to have picked up. They're starting to get things moving. This ball is going to be in the middle and just going to get kicked out. Really no option there for a pass, so better safe than sorry. And a corner kick awarded to Bristol will be taken by Swass here on the left side. She's got players all over the place. Plenty of outlets to work with. And she is going to opt for a very short pass. And a shot that's going to go way up, over, and out. Nogueira was looking to add to the scoring column, but fate has not decided that this now is the time for another goal, perhaps later. And another goal kick awarded once more to the Holyoke side. It's been pretty lonely down there on the Bristol half. Not much to really offer for the goalkeeper. And just like that, right back on the attack, a shot from a long way out in a very tight angle. We'll again give Holyoke another goal kick to work off of. And I guess the plus side for our Bayhawk goalkeeper is that, well, can look at all the very pretty fall flowers. That time of the year starting to get a little bit cold, and soon enough, snow will fall. Right now, the only thing that's falling is the leaves. And the Bayhawks now starting to slow down play a little bit. After a fast and furious amount of offense, sometimes better just to go down a gear and just chill out for a little bit. And a change here for the Bayhawks. Bayhawks have 2 substitutes to work with this afternoon. Holyoke, unfortunately, not with any, so these players are going to be out here the full 90. And what a grueling task that's going to be. This ball just going to roll out, unfortunately, and that'll be another throw-in. Bayhawks tried to work off of the wing, but a little too far forward and not enough speed there on the player will give Holyoke a chance. Let's move things back, but right now it is looking like a very difficult situation to be in. That ball just remaining in bounds. Bayhawks scrambling for a window. Oliveira fielding the ball here in this zone, and it's just going to get kicked away. That offensive push shut down from the Holyoke defense. And from one defense to the other, the Bayhawks defenders going to field it right back up into their teammates. And the offensive push begins once more as it's another pass up over into the zone, but picked up easily by the goalkeeper. That looked to be a pass to Oliveira. And a huge drop kick up and over the middle. Just surveying the options. Ball gets moved over to Salguero and just kicked out by Holyoke's defenders. Searching for the options, fielded by the captain. Seeing what she's got available, is going to kick it over across the field, broken up by the defense. Santos picking up the ball here. She's got a chance and just going to get snuffed out. And Venuti again here just fielding the ball. Seems to be the main defender that gets to put this ball back up into the Holyoke half. The Bayhawks, a nice little double pass there. And it just gets tapped out from Holyoke, and that will be another goal kick being awarded over to the green squad. Just a little over 22 and a half minutes to play. Scoreline still 1-0 for the Bayhawks. Still looking to add another win to the streak. Bayhawks again slowing play down. This is going to get fielded up to Cambria. The shot across the middle is going to get tapped away there from the defense, but immediately picked back up. Cambria with a shot from a long way out and right into the waiting arms of the goalkeeper. So again, Bristol laying on the pressure, not giving Holyoke a chance to really catch their breath here. And any breath that Holyoke does get seems to be from goal kicks and throw-ins. And again, the Bayhawks just slowing it down a little bit, but slowly applying pressure. It's a lovely pass over to the wings, and that is unfortunately going to be offsides.
Watch that line.
Again, the Bayhawks very eager to get the ball in the back of the net more and more, and just going a little too far forward. And finding themselves in a position where their offensive push has to wait for another turn of possession.
Katie wide.
Bayhawks using all of their players here, just opening up space, trying to spread this Holyoke defense as thin as humanly possible. And it was a pass way up the middle. Goalkeeper there able to just pick that one up free of charge, no problems asked. Is going to be picked up here from Raggiani. She's looking, it's a through ball up the middle to Cambria. Cambria with the shot, and that is going to find the back of the net. A beautiful pass there, and a lovely finish makes it 2-0 for the Bayhawks here. Just about 20 minutes to go in this first half. And after several offensive pushes being shut down, they find the back of the net once more. So it's a quick celebration and back into position for the Bayhawks. Cougars setting up once more for another kickoff. And play is back underway. The Bayhawks just feeling everything, or fielding it where they can, and just getting aggressive with the pushes here. And passing it around every chance they get. Good for repositions, good for tiring out your opponents. The Bayhawks understand this 100%. Seem to use it every single game they find themselves in, and that really is one of the best ways to gain an advantage, a lasting advantage, rather. Holyoke, unfortunately, being on the receiving end of this rather rough situation, but holding together as best they can. And once more, the Bayhawks finding themselves with a chance here, as it's going to be a long shot fielded way up. Oliveira there giving pressure onto the defense, is going to pick up the ball. She's going to go for a pass to the middle. It's over to Cambria and into the back of the net once more. Cambria finds it. Incredibly good situation and great passing play here from the Bayhawks. And that is 2 goals on the day for number 2. Cambria going to be looking for that hat trick later on in the session. So 3-0 is your scoreline right now. And the Bayhawks are going to go for a player change here. Nagiro is going to be subbed out, and in her place is going to be Aruda on this left wing. Santos again having to field this kickoff. And it appears as though Downer is her target of choice. This communication very solid from the Bayhawks, letting them know who's where and who's on. Makes life incredibly easy for what you can and cannot see. From our position, of course, we get to see just about everything. Santos opting to go for a throw-in for the Bayhawks rather than give him a chance to move it up. And that ball is barely staying in, and it is going to bounce off of the shin guards of Oliveira, and a throw-in given over to Holyoke. And this ball coming way out. And into the spectators, fast reflexes. And that will actually be a throw-in for Holyoke. And a very solid shot between the legs there. Will get scooped up easily by Swass over to Cambria. Cambria's going to look for number 3, a shot on the net, and it's a beautiful stop there from Vale. Keeping that ball out of the back of the net for the 4th time. And it will be a corner kick again for the Bayhawks. And this is going to be another substitution here for Bristol. So taking the time between now and the corner kick to get players swapped out, give them a break, give them some water, let them take a breather before subbing them back in eventually. Another corner kick. Shot into the box is, unfortunately, just going to bounce off of the Bayhawks. Offensive player, and it's another goal kick awarded over to Holyoke. And again, just looking around, seeing what avenues can be taken with the road work they have available. And, well, it doesn't seem like there's too much, unfortunately. It's a very good pass up the middle. A shot there from Raggiani, going to get stopped again by the goalkeeper. And the scoreline remains at 3-0, just about 2/3 of the way through this half. And Holyoke has realistically only gotten into the Bayhawks half maybe twice. But again, with a lower player count, it is always going to be difficult. And, well, there we go. We can chalk another one up. The Bayhawks going to give their goalkeeper, Jillian Abbott, a chance. To kick the ball around and, well, just like that, get the ball to somebody, get that offensive push back up and rolling. A long pass there to Cambria, finds herself at an awkward angle, is going to go back to the middle. Oliveira is not there. Aruda looked like she was going to take a shot, just hesitated, and that gave Holyoke a chance to tap that ball out. But, of course, it is going to be picked up again here from Swass. Swass looking for options, looking to see what she's got. Raggiani with it. A ball, another shot up the middle from Oliveira, back to the captain, way up and over. And it will be another goal kick here. And just like that, we find ourselves 2/3 of the way through this first half. 15 minutes until we take a break. 15 minutes until these players get to regroup back with their coaches and figure out what the game plan is from here on out. We can only sit here and wonder. But you can see just how close together these Holyoke players are with their numbers. And the Bayhawks, of course, having a chance to just be spread out as much as they like. They've got the full squad to work with. Ruda tripping over the ball is going to get picked up by Salguero. And that's immediately going to get fielded to the center. A shot going just left of the goal. It's Raggiani who had that attempt, and another substitution here for the Bayhawks. Off goes Maynato. So she'll get a chance to take a breather, take a drink, get a little revitalized before getting back out onto the pitch. And already the ball back into the feet of the Bayhawks. It's another pass up over to Cambria in the middle. She's going to move the ball back a little bit to the center. A little bit of hesitation, a shot coming in there from Raggiani, and is going to get picked up by the Cougars goalkeeper. That offensive push shut down by the last possible line of defense. And it's a long drop kick over the middle. And fielded once more by the Bayhawks defensive line. Cambria trying to find a teammate, but just going to bounce off of the shin guards of Obari.
Coming to you, Katie.
Ball being played again on this wing. Santos doing what she can, or not, it's not Santos, sorry. It was Santana who was doing her best to get the ball moved around and found its way again to their goalkeeper. So another drop kick. Chance to let these players breathe, regroup, reposition, and get ready to reaggress.
Wide 14.
As it is going to be pulled up here from Swass over to her fellow captain, Cambria, with a pass over the middle, is going to get stuffed from Santos. Back out again.
What you see, Katie?
This ball given over to Nogaro. A shot from a long way out. And a very, very good stop there from the goalkeeper.
Do it again, Kate.
Settle, settle.
Players
Good luck,
again
Katie.
on this offensive push. Cambria finding the ball again. And it's going to find the back of the net. And there's the hat trick for your captain. It's 4-0 here. 11 and a half to go, and another couple substitutions coming out for the Bayhawks. But what a lovely little through ball there. And an exciting finish, of course. Bayhawks now getting this ball rolling here as we inch closer and closer to halftime. Oliveira's going to get a chance to take a breather. Same with Salguero. And on comes Montero. So Tot Lupian will take this kickoff instead of Santos.
Get wide, 25, get wide.
And really all Holyoke can do is just sort of kick the ball into the half and hope for the best. But when no one's up there, it's a little bit difficult to get things moving and grooving. Bayhawks, of course, in full force, able to cover every part of the field they need to. As Raggiani comes under pressure, she was looking for her captain to make another goal. Goalkeeper opting to run up and snatch that ball up and just drop kick it way back down the field once more.
Get square for her. Get square.
And the defensive line, once more getting a little bit of action here. If it's only to pass the ball up, Swass is going to field this ball. Perhaps a little fancy footwork onto herself. So this ball getting picked up by Montero. She's moving this up. She's going to be looking for her options. And that is going to bounce off of her. And it will be another goal kick awarded over to the Cougars. As we're about to pass under 10 minutes here in this first half. The score line is 4-0 in favor of the Bayhawks as they continue to keep their win streak alive here as we head towards the tail end of the season. And already Montero on the aggression, and a little too hard, in fact, as that will be a free kick awarded over to Holyoke. So this free kick will be commanded by number 11, Graceland Downer. And she's going to look for a short pass right back to her and up and over the middle.
Get square. Get square for her, Katie.
And the Bayhawks going to pass it back to their goalkeeper and right back up the field, of course. Swass picking this one up. And she's going to start moving it up. She's going to opt for a very long pass up and over the middle. This is getting picked up by Cambria. Can she make it number 4? A shot onto the net. And unfortunately, it is just going to roll wide right. So the captain is going to have to wait for another goal this afternoon. She will be substituted out. And Oliveira back onto the pitch for another stint here. Just under 9 minutes to play. Bristol finding the back of the net 4 times. Holyoke have yet to do that, but doing the best they can with what they've got. And at the very least are able to stop these pushes from the Bayhawks, whether it be through solid defense or maybe a little help from the offsides. And this ball fielded way over into the middle. A lovely cross, but just a little too far right of the net. Montero is looking to add her name to the scoring column. But much like some of her teammates, we'll just have to wait another bit of time before she finds the back of the net. This will be a corner kick for Bristol. Jillian Slouse will get the chance to add an assist to her record if she can. And a header going to get fielded back out to the center. And it's going to be a shot from a ways out there from Nagaro. The ball was picked up by the goalkeeper, but dropped and rolled out. So it'll be another corner kick, another chance for these players to score. And another chance for the captain to pick up an assist. I'm sure Nagaro will be hoping that ball comes to her, but the cross comes in and it's going to get headed way up. Nagaro does get the ball over to Aruda. These players moving it around. It's fielded to Oliveira. Oliveira opting for a pass back one way and into the other. And the one-timer did not pan out the way they thought. And that will be a goal kick. It seemed as though the ball was just a little bit over the line. There was no whistle at that point. Players still played on, but eventually it was a light tap from the Bayhawks. With some short, quick passes to try and just confuse this defensive line of the Cougars. Could work out quite well, and now there's some aggression here from Holyoke as they find themselves being a wrench in the works for the Bayhawks defense. But the Bayhawks, it is absolutely no problem for them. This ball is going to find its way into the box. A very long, high shot there from Raggiani. Does not find the back of the net. Up and over and out, and another goal kick. So just about 5.5 minutes to play here in this first half. It is still all under Bayhawks control. 4-0 is the scoreline. And they're not even close to done. They are just going to keep the pressure on, really tire these players out, and make their afternoon a little bit more difficult to deal with. But Swass really doing some fancy footwork to get things sorted out. Santos as well, doing the best she can to try and find some offense for her team. And a challenge there from Oliveira. Doesn't pan out quite the way she thought, but it will be a throw-in over to Bristol. So fielded up over to the middle and back again. As Venuti's looking for some of her options. Swass over to Raggiani and back to her again. It's going to be a shot from quite a ways out. A little too low and a little too slow. No problem there. Reveal to pick up. And another drop kick. Finds its way into the Bayhawks half. And these players able to pick it back up and bring it back over the midfield line, as they seem to have done time and time again. It's a pass up and over the middle. It's over to Swass. She's going to take a shot, and it is going to find the back of the net. An amazing pass there from Oliveira to the captain. And the scoreline now 5-0 for the Bayhawks. They're going to be looking to keep that momentum rolling here as we get ready to take our halftime break and, of course, carry that over into the next half. But both captains for the Bayhawks have found themselves in the scoring column this afternoon. And the question is, who else will be joining them? The only other person at the moment is Maylee Raggiani. Both her and Swass with a goal each. And then it's Cambria, who has bragging rights right now. 3 goals to her name this afternoon. Almost making it 4 earlier on in the game. Right now, Cambria really just giving this Holyoke defense a couple of problems. The goalkeeper having to rush out there and boot that ball away. It was Oliveira who was looking to make something happen. But for now, the Bayhawks again slowing play down.
You got time, what you see.
Seeing who they've got and where they've got them and how they're going to work with it. Swass does pick up this ball, finds herself on that left wing. Going to be looking for some support here. It's back to the middle, and a shot does come out there from Nagaro, and it does find the back of the net. It's off the hands of the goalkeeper, but just a little too low for that top bar to save. It is 6-0 for your Bristol Community Bayhawks. Bayhawk players amped up about that. Same with a few of the spectators. So just under 3 minutes to play here in this first half. Bayhawks had quite a slow start, it seemed, to their offense. But they've been able to slowly but surely whittle down this Holyoke defense. Could find the back of the net 6 times. And a challenge there was not what the refs were looking for, so it will be a free kick awarded to Holyoke.
We don't need all of you over here.
It's a challenge from Montero over to Santana. Did not pan out. Now Holyoke in a quite different situation. They've got the ball very, very deep here into the Bayhawks half. Santos just booting that one into the box, but unfortunately there's nobody there to pick it up. And Oliveira with all the space to work with. It's going to field it directly into D'Amato. Picking it right back up, and it's looked to be a bit of a pass, bit of a through ball. But the only place it's going through is through the offensive and defensive line and into the hands of the goalkeeper. Drop kick coming out. Crossing again the midfield line and right into the defense here for Bristol. And a lovely touch there from Oliveira. Finds Swass. Swass trying to move this ball up. Getting close to the zone. A shot from the top of the box. Easy stop there for the Holyoke goalkeeper. And another drop kick will reset everything. And right back to the defense and over to the goalkeeper, giving her a chance to get some play time here. She's just opting for some short passes. A solid challenge there from Santos. Does not blossom the way she thought it was. And it's a pass over the middle. It's going to be stopped there from Oliveira. Just really, really giving Obari some frustration here as we find ourselves 15 seconds away from overtime. A slow start to this first half for the Bayhawks, but after those first couple goals, they just kept finding the back of the net. 6-0 is your score line here as time ticks down.
You got 25, Katie.
And play actually continuing for just a little bit longer. Could this be an extra goal added on before the end of the first half? And there it is. Refs calling halftime. Players returning to the bench. Regroup, revitalize. Where it's at, folks. We'll be back in just about 10 minutes. Get started with this second half of your Bristol Community College Bayhawks facing off against the Holyoke Cougars. It is 6-0. A very slow start to the first half for the Bayhawks, but eventually finding their footing and finding the back of the net 6 times. It's a hat trick right now for the captain, Cambria, and then goals from Raggiani, Swass, the fellow captain, and then Noguero at the dying moments of that first half. So they're going to be looking to keep the ball rolling here. As Santos will be fielding this kickoff to get us started. Everyone getting set up. The whistle goes and the clock starts ticking. 45 minutes between now and that final whistle. Holyoke has quite the task ahead of them if they want to win this game, especially with a smaller squad to work with. And already the Bayhawks giving the defense some action here and just hounding the ball as it does get picked up here in front of us from Noguero. So through the legs there of Santos, and the ball just going to get kicked way out there from Olbari. And Venuti will be the one who gets things rolling once more. Seems to be the role she's played for a good chunk of this game. Whenever that ball gets kicked way over the midfield line, she's always there to get things turned right back around and sent in the other direction. Very long pass up and over to Cambria, seeing what she's got to work with. And she is going to pass it here to the wing. So Noguero's looking for something, gets the ball through, and that is just going to get kicked out of the way there from Downer. And this will be a corner kick awarded over to the Bayhawks side. And it looks to be Oliveira who's going to be responsible for this corner kick. Hasn't found a goal for herself.
Girls, talk!
And may have to wait a little bit longer. Ball still remaining in the zone here. Hello, Santana. Just kick the ball out. It will be a throw-in for the Bayhawks. And already getting things moved up. It's going to be a pass over into the box, and this one is going to get picked up by the goalkeeper. Oliveira was the target for Raggiani, but just a little too far forward. And again, Venuti just right where she needs to be. Every drop kick seems to gravitate towards her.
It's gotta be sooner, Katie.
And a squabble for the ball here is kicked out. And right back to our beloved number 10 on the defensive line. Nice pass. Oh, target there was Noguero. It does get stuffed. Oliveira picking up the ball here, swapping places with her teammate. And the cross coming in over to the captain is a little too far. She's going to stop the ball, and another shot is just going to hit the left side of the netting, not going in.
Dash to the penalty spot, honey. Sit there. Call for the ball.
And Veal granted another goal kick. She's going to opt for a lower shot, immediately picked up by the captain.
25, talk to her.
Passed over to her teammate. Noguero just trying to find a way out right now. She is going to get behind the defense, and the cross was coming in for Oliveira, but goalkeeper there to intercept that one.
Katie, she's talking to you from support. Use her.
Drop kick Santos, applying some pressure here to Salguero. She's able to get that one out harm's way. This ball up into the zone. Oliveira is there for it. She's going to pull it back, cross it over to the middle. It's to Cambria. And the goalie going to fall on top of that one. A very good save there from the Cougars goalkeeper to keep the score line at 6-0. And Venuti does not get the best header, but thankfully is able to get that out of town and away from Santos.
Okay, go, run.
And again, the Bayhawks already on this offensive push. They are not letting up. Unfortunately, Raggiani in a bit of a situation using some fancy footwork, crosses it over to the middle, and it is unfortunately going to go off of the Cougars defense, and that goal should be awarded over to Cambria. And she was the last one to touch it. So goal number 4 for the captain. What an afternoon she's had. Perhaps looking for the double hat trick. Scoreline now 7-0. Here, a lot quicker on that first goal of the half for the Bayhawks. Just about 6 minutes is all it took for them to find the back of the net and get things moving once more. Oof, and a very solid block there from Raggiani is going to set it all up once more in the box here. Moving in, is she going to be looking for the cross? Is she going to be looking for the shot? And that ball just barely going to stay out. Cambria picking it back up in the zone, and she is just fighting for the ball, and the goalkeeper falling on top of it. Raggiani with the shot that seemed to bounce off one of the players and just roll and roll and roll in front of the goal line. Cambria was there to pick it up, and there was still a bit of a scuffle for the ball, but that Cougars goalkeeper doing what she can do, and that is falling on top of it and is able to shut it down.
Okay, just get wide now, Kate. 24, 25. Get open. There you go.
With this ball finding its way right back into the Bayhawks' hands. And a through pass up to Oliveira is going to get stopped. An excellent block there. Was able to keep that ball from finding the back of the net for the 8th time this afternoon. But just like that, the Cougars get it out of the zone, and the Bayhawks right back on the attack. The talons of this team just further squeezing the life out of this defense. This through ball from Oliveira into the zone. Players tripping over themselves, the ball and each other. And that ball getting sent way out, right over to the Bayhawks bench. And it will be a throw-in. Back up into the zone here.
Hey, get back on.
And the Bayhawks actually with lower numbers, not quite running the full squad right now. 7 players on the field compared to the 6 that Holyoke have to work with. But even with the fewer players that the Bayhawks have, they are able to just keep applying this pressure like nothing happened. And a pass out to the wing here for Noguera. She's going to be looking to see what she's got, and that is going to bounce off of the Holyoke player. Stunned for a moment, but able to get right back up and running. Ball getting kicked out and being another throw in here for the Bayhawks.
25.
Perhaps giving players a chance to lace back up.
Talk to her, Katie. Get away from her, Katie.
With the captain. Going to be passing it right back to the player who threw it in for her.
Katie, just stay there. Katie, stay there.
Moody's picking this one up.
There you go. Kate, put
Keeping it
across
on this right side wing, and the cross coming over, and the goalkeeper is there.
Oh, that's
The basket there
Katie.
to catch it,
Penalty box. That's where that should go.
and another very, very strong boot of a drop kick up and over into midfield. And of course the Bayhawks defense, they already know what's coming. They're able to get it right back up to their offensive players and get things back going. It's Cambria over to Oliveira. That push is gonna get stuffed from Obari.
Katie, get there, Katie.
Obari getting her
Katie. Still yours.
money's worth this afternoon.
Face the one down the line.
It's Maynato here, who is looking for her teammates, but kicked out and away. So another throw-in,
Talk to
very
25.
fast throw-in for the Bayhawks.
Kate, you're hiding
It's
behind
picked
the
up by
defender.
Cambria, who sells the pass over the middle. That's straight to Oliveira. Oliveira back to her captain, and that ball is just going to get tapped out. And for the time being, this offensive push is put on hold as Bristol is just slowing things down, finding their options,
Exactly. Even better.
and are able to, just like that, like a switch, just go from slow and methodical to fast and aggressive. And they're in the box right now. This is a very dangerous situation for the Cougars to be in. Cambria picks up this ball. She's going to field it over to Maynato. Maynato not going to sell the shot. Oliveira is going to find the possession of it. Cambria as well will get a pass. And that ball not cleared quite correctly.
Talk to her.
And Maynato picking it up here in the zone. Looks for a shot. Is going to bounce off the shin guards of the defender. And right back out. And unfortunately for this defense, the Bayhawks already know exactly where they're going. And just like that, the ball again in the zone here. These players looking for any opening in this defense right now. How much can they sell? And that is going to be the offsides. A little too far forward. And a free kick given over to the Holyoke squad. So again, just a chance to slow things down a bit.
25 wide. Yellow line.
There you go,
25.
Kate. All the yes, Kate. Good job.
Giving everyone a chance to move around and
25, Kate.
collect themselves. Seems like no matter what, the Bayhawks are here to
Settle the ball.
just shut it down. They are going to let that be a throw-in. And we are going to be getting a substitution here. So Maynato is going to get a chance to take a seat on the bench and recollect herself. And in her place will be number 19. That's Emily Belmont. Emily not only playing on the field, but also a substitute goalkeeper for when Jillian Abbott needs a breather. But for right now, she really hasn't had all that much to worry about. Santos right now really starting to move things along here all by herself for the Cougars. As she's now feeling quite a lot of pressure from this defense. But Venuti was there. Apply the pressure, force the mistake. Was able to clear it wide, although the Cougars perhaps feeling a bit of empowerment are now starting to put the pressure on the Bayhawks. This is the first time they've really had a chance to apply a good bit of pressure in quite a while. They are certainly going to use this to the best of their abilities, and looks like they won't do that. Sort of try to field it to themselves. Bayhawks are there. This ball way up. There's no one back but the goalkeeper, able to leave the box and kick that one away, give her defense a chance to catch up.
There you go, Kate. Call for it.
Watch the line.
But for right now,
Check in, Kate.
the
Check in.
Bayhawks slowing it down a little bit, but managing
line,
to
Katie.
keep things going. Oliveira is up. It's looking to be a through pass there from
Check to the ball,
Raggiani.
Kate.
And the defense was there to shut that down rather quickly. And this will be another corner kick for the Bayhawks. Oliveira will be in charge of this one. So she'll be looking to find a teammate, find the back of the net, make it 8-0. As we're about to get just under a third of the way through this contest. Ball cleared by Santana. And right back over to Salguero, who has no problem
Wide, Katie. Wide 10. Wide
making
10.
sure that
Out
the
more
Cougars
10.
don't have a chance to really
19, I mean.
get anything going.
You guys are better now.
Cambria starting to slow it down a little bit.
Katie, get there.
That ball is rolling,
Talk to her,
rolling,
19.
rolling, and is barely going to stay in.
Nice try, Kat. Nice try.
Katie,
Noguera,
ball
very
goes
good
outside.
job
Go
of
forward, honey.
keeping that ball in play, but she looked
Katie,
for a
the ball
pass
doesn't
over
have to go forward,
into the
honey.
zone, but it rolled just a little bit wide. And another substitution for the Bayhawks. Off the field, Raggiani is getting a chance to take a breather, and Montero's coming out in her place. And despite a 7-0 lead, the Bayhawks still communicating like it's 0-0 and the game just started. Holyoke doing the best they can. Their communication is up, but
Talk to her, 19.
not as many players to work with.
Pressure, Katie. Force her inside.
Good job, Kate.
Katie, force her inside, honey.
And now Holyoke finding some room to work with right now. When this ball picked up by Oliveira, over to her captain and back to her once again. She's gonna try to sell a fake shot and takes a shot way up and way over the goal. And another change here for the Bayhawks. Venuti's gonna get a chance as well to sit on the bench and get a quick drink of water. Raggiani will be the player to replace her.
Go square, 19.
And already coming off the bench and getting things moving. Ooh, and the slight push there from the captain awards a free kick. Over to Holyoke. Gonna be taken by Downer.
Get square for her, 19.
Santos does rush up there to try and scare Raggiani. Raggiani is able to get that one sorted up. Right now it's Santos versus Raggiani. And despite a very good attempt, the captain's there to bail her teammate out.
Force her middle, Katie.
And a very
Force her
long
middle.
pass up over into the corner. And that will be a throw-in for the Bayhawks. That was off of Obari
19,
there.
Stay there. Stay there, 19.
Run two, Emily. Emily, check in. Check in.
Just crowd.
So this shot over to, or the throw-in rather, over to Belmont.
Touch.
Belmont
Man.
and gives it to Cambria. Cambria with the shot. And a beautiful deflection there from the goalkeeper. Able to keep it at 7-0. Just low enough for the goalkeeper to attend to. Bayhawks again opting for another substitution. So Salguero getting a chance to also have a seat. So this cross coming in is immediately going to get picked off by the goalkeeper. And actually going to go for a roller.
No, who's got the ball?
So right now Santos all by herself, really. She's got 4 others to get through before she can get close to the net, but unfortunately the support isn't really there. And this ball up and over, and it will be a throw-in
Gotta read that a little sooner, Katie.
for the Cougars. Noguero tried to get there, but just wasn't fast enough. And now it's Downer who's starting to do a little bit of work here. She's able to get around a few of the players for Bristol, but looks like Santos was her target, but just not far enough forward to make that happen. So this ball will get fielded back to the goalkeeper.
Okay, the yellow line. Should be trampling this yellow line.
And now Cambria with
Talk to Kimmy
a
and
very good pass here over to Oliveira.
Pass him to space.
Oliveira going to be using all of her options over to Noguero. Noguero with the shot. And it's just going to go wide of the net. A very good attempt.
Katie, well done, honey.
And another substitution. So Cambria and Noguero will get a chance to rest. Out comes Aruda. And Raggiani. So the Bayhawks really using their numbers advantage here to have very frequent substitutions. And that gives their players much more time to get themselves recollected. A challenge from behind will award a free kick over the Bayhawks. Oliveira appears to be okay. Yep, she's just retying her shoe. Thankfully not hurt. She did stumble a little bit off of that challenge, but nothing that would really warrant a medical issue, it seems. And a huge kick up into the box. The goalkeeper there able to keep that from really developing into anything more. Perhaps Raggiani looking for one of her teammates, but they were a little too far back for it to be a very good attempt. So Noguero does have this ball, but feels it directly to a defender. Right now, Downer starting to move up. She's got Santos with her, so she's got some choices to work with. Bayhawk players just surrounding her, really just shutting off as many avenues as possible. Santos did find herself with the ball, but again, this multitude of players was able to keep that offensive push from having anything happen. And again, another substitution here for the Bayhawks. Noguero's going to get a chance to take a seat, take a drink. And in her place, Nicole D'Amato coming out. So players are ready. The throw in from the throw in to a teammate and back again. It is going to bounce off of the shin guards of Rodriguez. Another short throw in for the Bayhawks. And another throw in will be awarded again, taken by number 10, Sage Venuti. And again, another short pass over to Aruda. Slipped by Aruda. Kicked forward by Rodriguez. And the Bayhawks going to be giving Abbott a chance to kick the ball around a little bit. This ball still remaining in and just sliding out. Santos was looking for Santana there along the far side of the field. But just wasn't there by the time she was. The ball already rolling out. Right now it's Oliveira who's got some options to work with, fielding it up to D'Amato. D'Amato just applying some pressure right now, not really attacking the ball, but perhaps forcing an issue. This ball right now in no man's land. is going to get scooped up by Rodriguez. That is unfortunately with Oliveira in the way as she's working it way over to the far side into the zone. The goalkeeper. Lovely extension there to keep the scoreline where it is. So after that early goal in this the second half, Bayhawks now struggling to really replicate their success. Although if we go off of what happened in the first half, then perhaps this is all just a front for what's yet to come. Santos had a chance to make things work. No one there to really support her, so opted instead to just sort of kick it to the defense and, well, go from there. And everywhere Holyoke looks, there's a white jersey there to stop any pass, any chance, any pressure, as has been the case for pretty much the whole game. A pass right here to Oliveira is going to be looking for the shot and does find the back of the net. A beautiful strike from number 24. The pass that came in from Raggiani does make it 8-0 for the Bayhawks. Off goes Oliveira. And Venuti coming back on as well. And Raggiani also going to be awarded with a seat on the bench and a nice cold cup of water. As now there have been 5 different goal scorers this afternoon. The captain, Cambria, still with the bragging rights. 4 goals this afternoon for her, and then it was Raggiani, Swass, Nogueira, and Oliveira who get to add their name to the score sheet. And a little bit of a table tennis rally here, as these teams just taking turns booting it over the midfield line and back again. Unfortunately, the top tiers of tennis don't play here in Taunton, but right now, Holyoke does have some pressure here. Downer and Santos pushing it up. Santos is the target, but Abbott is there to intercept that and get the Bayhawks out of that sticky situation. And it's right back to Downer. Perhaps looking for Santos as that supportive player, but a little too far to the right. And Abbott's there to pick that one up. And that is going to go directly over to Tot Lupian. But it's into the Bayhawks defense as well. Again, the communication very, very good here for the Bayhawks, letting them know where the options are. And now Rodriguez was looking for something, but is just unfortunately going to get stopped short. Abbott again starting to see a little bit more action now compared to the first half and a good chunk of this second half. She's gotten a lot more action fielded over to her. And this ball here is picked up from Nogueira. She's got to run, and that is going to get shut down by Downer. She is looking for any sort of support she can. This ball is barely staying in, and now Holyoke has a chance to get things moved up. Santos is the target. And Venuti's got to pick this one up. That she does, passing it over to Maynato. As Maynato starting to look around, see what route she's got to take. She's got 4 players to work with. She's going to make it 5 as herself. This ball is going to go up to Emily Belmont, who does break through and unfortunately does not get the touch she wanted. That ball just going to lazily roll on by the right side of the net. And Maynato going to the bench, and in her place is going to be Raggiani. So a very, very good bit of passing there from the Bayhawks, and Belmont unfortunately was not able to get the touch she wanted. And a free kick being awarded. The challenge there from Montero, not what the refs were really looking for. So it's going to be a self-serve free kick. Or perhaps not. Refs weren't too pleased with that one. So I'm going to go back and try it again. So Downer does have a couple options to work with. She's going to kick it up right into the defense, but that is going to get deflected over to Santos. Santos is looking for Rodriguez, but the Bristol defense is there to keep that one from ever really becoming anything more. D'Amato trying to get the ball moved up. And it's just going to go right back into her defensive line. And now she's going to get a chance to use the ball, perhaps passing it back to her teammate. And the Bayhawks again going to utilize that blue jersey behind them as an extra player. He's able to get that ball moved upfield. It is going to bounce off of number 18, Santana, and it'll be a throw-in for the Bayhawks once more. And that goes straight to Belmont, who is already under pressure from Santos, who does pick this one up. She does have Rodriguez with her for support. But that push shut down.
Go line 20, go line 20.
Right to Aruda. With the D'Amato. D'Amato back to Venuti. Really slowing things down. 2/3 of this half have passed. Just a little under 15 minutes to go here. It is 8-0 for your Bristol Community College Bayhawks against the Holyoke Cougars. And we could potentially be seeing another goal added on. This ball given over to Belmont. Belmont was looking to have another crack at it, and it is going to go over to her teammate. That's Montero, who is way out and way far down, a very scary angle, and unfortunately is just going to tap that one out. And it will be a goal kick back for Vale.
Turn!
So Santos was there to pick that one up, and that ball will roll out, and another, or actually no, it's not another throw-in for the Bayhawks, it's a throw-in for the Cougars. So it'll be Santana who's in charge of that one. And ref saying not a proper throw-in. It's got to be over the head, not from the side, and well, that's unfortunately what Santana did. So we actually have Santos on one knee. Not quite sure what the situation is that's currently developing. Santos appears to a little bit injured. And that is going to be game. On a very surprising end, your Bristol Community Bayhawks add another win to the column here. 8-0 is your scoreline. It's captain Jenna Cambria who takes home the bragging rights. 4 goals to her name. Amelie Raggiani with 1, Jillian Swass with 1, Katie Noguera with 1, and Kim Oliveira as well. But this has been another solid performance from your Bristol Community Bayhawks women's soccer team. Another win against Holyoke. Total scoreline across these last 2 meetings of these 2 teams, 20-0. Holyoke struggling to find the back of the Bayhawks net, but the Bayhawks keep that win streak going. Another game, and they've got a good bit of time to rest before their next match against Springfield Tech. That's going to be on a Thursday, so we hope to see you there. But ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself and everybody here at the field and everybody at Bristol Community College, we'd like to thank you so much for your continued support and hope you had a fun time here with this broadcast. Like I said, we'll be back next week for the match against Springfield Tech. We hope to see you there. But until then, stay safe, stay beautiful, and we'll see you next time.